So for the past 2 months we've been working on something, or actually I've been working on something, and that something is an analog lab and serum preset bank. So basically the idea behind it is different than usual. It's not in one exact style, it's not based on or inspired by one certain artist or genre, and it's more experimental than usual. Because recently I've been experimenting with my sound in my music, and I wanted to make a sound kit that would be just like that. That would be an experiment and exploration of new sounds, and that's also the name I came up with for it. The name is Explore, and the kit is not finished yet. The banks are not finished yet, but I'm already finishing it up, so it's gonna come out really soon. And I just wanted to make an update video like this because I haven't talked about it yet anywhere. It's coming soon. I'm just finishing it up now, and today we're gonna break down a beat I made with it. So the beat, just as the kit I'm working on, doesn't have one specific style, it's not inspired by one specific artist, and it's just kinda my style. And I started by making this melody that's in fucking 5 octaves. And it's actually a very cool preset. So how I made it, I had this plug that was basically those two default shape oscillators, and the plug is also in the pack, we can get to it later. And I added this multi-sample from Serum to the plug. We have this cool all passes filter here and some distortion and reverb. And yeah, it's kind of this synth plug layered with a piano, and I feel like it sounds pretty cool. So yeah, this is one of the presets from the pack. Then underneath that melody I added a lead that sounds like this. And it's basically just a sine lead with some noise that follows root notes of the melody. After that I added this 808, and 808 and the drums don't come from this kit. This is gonna be purely preset based kit. It's gonna be presets for Analog Lab and Serum, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna throw in some loops for you guys with stems and midis, so it's gonna be like this melody kit. But yeah, this is the 808 pattern, same as the lead, just follows the root notes of the melody. This is how it sounds. For the cool part on the verses I added this synth that's called Unison Beauty, and the name says it all. It's just a basic synth with some unison on it. So it's basically a synth slop, like it's been trending on Instagram recently. And while I was working on this kit, I kinda changed my approach to sound design, because I used to make like crazy 3 oscillator plus noise plus sub, just big presets that no one needed. And for this kit I really focused on like the basics and actually using basic shapes and making really clean, cool presets with them. In this particular preset we also have 2 macros. One is crush and one is drive. And I love this one macro, it really sounds like you put it through a guitar pedal. But yeah, pretty simple preset as well. We're gonna go over all the presets I have later in the video. I wanna get done with breaking down this beat. So those were all the melodies, all the presets from the pack I used. I also added this vocal loop. I think it's from Splice, but I'm not sure. And yeah, this is like the full melody. This is all I've done for melody in this beat. Drums are pretty simple as well. It's just a very basic trappy pattern. And yeah, it's a relatively simple beat, but I had to break down something in this video. So I'm gonna play the full beat at the end of the video like usual. Now let's go over some of the other presets. So as you can see, I have this little folder Explore here, and it's probably like 80 presets right now. I'm aiming to do like 100 just to get a round number in. Some of my favorite ones are definitely this bass. With 23's rise to fame recently, I just wanted to make a bass for this style. But it also works really well in like some analog synth situations with different R&B and pop analog synth beats, because the sound itself is pretty classic, pretty standard. And while we're talking about classic standard sounds, I also made this other cool bass. that I based on the Model D wavetable. I added some Juno noise and it's overall very analog sounding bass. There's also a bunch of keys and synths in this folder because while I was exploring different genres, I was making a lot of R&B, so I was using a lot of those. And some of my favorite ones are, for example, this. So again, just a basic synth with unison, some brown noise, some low pass filtering, and cool effects like this equalizer that cut out everything. and this asymmetrical distortion that I think feels really nice on those analog simple synths. We also have some cool plugs in my old style like this. This I really like, it's very nice for some counter melodies. This is great for those electronic to Hollies type beats. And this might be my favorite plug from the pack, and I really like it, and I've been overusing it ever since I made that preset. But okay, I don't want to spoil all the presets there are. Let's go and check out what I made in Analog Lab. And the situation, the vibe of presets in Analog Lab is pretty similar to what we have in Serum. A lot of simple analog synths, and yeah, very different than what we have on the store so far. I really like this arp, for example, that I made in Juno, because every note plays randomly and it's not like a sequence that plays only up or only down, it's a randomized plug. What are some other presets that I like? For example, this is probably my favorite preset I made for this pack in general. Let me swap the main melody for this preset. Really my favorite preset I made so far for the pack. This is how it sounds. Yeah, just very cool synth I made in Pigments. What else do we have here? We have those double keys. And just a bunch of weird keys or synths that are really great for R&B or experimental pop or even IDM music. There's this one lead I really like, and I think it's this one. Yeah, another simple analog lead. And yeah, this pack is not for everyone. Those aren't the most complicated sounds in the world, but I feel like the character is there and it definitely has its unique vibe. And I'm super excited to finish it and release it and give it to you guys. So yeah, we're gonna listen to the full beat I broke down before in a second, and I hope you enjoyed this little update video, and wait for the pack, it's coming soon. And for now, we'll be running a summer sale pretty soon, so make sure you're subscribed to our email list because everything will be announced there. And I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. Let's listen to the beat and see you in the next video.